What's up, world? Welcome to a new episode of the Brandon Janeau Show. As you know, I am Brandon Janeau, and like always, like every episode, I have to shout out my family, Urban Boulevard, BLVD .us. That's the website. .co is on social media. Brand Ambassador. If you like this hat or anything on that website or in their social media posts, go to their website, buy it, use the code Brandon.30 for 30% off of the purchase. Uh, it will help me out tremendously. So, if you like this hat or anything else, buy it, you know, and put the code in Brandon.30, 30% off. Thank you. So, let's get into it. So, I've then had, I think everybody didn't already take had their takes on this situation that I'm about to talk about. Everybody had already said what they wanted to say about this situation. Well, I too have something to say about what the hell happened Sunday night at the Oscars. Now, if you've been living under a rock, which is pretty fucking hard to do nowadays, which people like to say, if you've been living under a rock, which is like not keeping up with the trends of what's going on in the world. So here's the thing: if you've been living under a rock, let me tell you what happened. Oscar Sunday, um, Will Smith, who is before the Oscar, was already an accomplished actor, but now is an Oscar award winner. But nobody cares about that because before he got that Oscar for best uh, leading actor, best male leading actor in a role, he went up there and slapped fellow actor and comedian, one of the goats of comedy, Mr. Chris Rock, in the face, like he was a bitch, like he's a pimp and he's a bitch, and like Chris Rock was not supposed to do nothing. Um, for 48 hours, kind of been trying to figure out how I was gonna say this, and I've been seeing so many people. I wouldn't even say Black Twitter has been signed with Will Smith because I think we kind of like now Will Smith was in the fucking wrong. Like if that was anybody else, they would have whooped his ass. Um, I see a lot of celebrities trying to like defend Will Smith, and I see a lot of people trying to like kind of be like, well, you know, I understand why he did it, and they've been defending it. And here's my problem with this world we live in right now. I've said this numerous times. People are celebrity worshippers. They love everything celebrities do. Will Smith has been at the top of the top of the top of the class of celebrity for 30 fucking years. He's been famous as long as I've been alive. I've always known about Will Smith. I pretty much watch Fresh Prince of Bel Air every damn morning. You know why? Because it's on every fucking morning. Um, on VH1 or BET. It's everywhere. And I feel like Sunday's situation kind of shows why. And I've said this, I've never said this, but I don't really fuck with Will Smith and Jada and Jaden and Willow. I don't really fuck with them like that. I don't really fuck with the Smiths family. I think they fake as fuck, to be honest with you. I think they are a class of fakeness that I think that just their family dynamic is weird as fuck. I never really understood it. Um, it stems back from like way back when like Willow Smith was like had whip your hair. I think it was like 2010. Then that song was popular. But ever since then, like instead of y'all letting y'all kids kind of come into the black community because we support y'all regardless. But instead of that, y'all motherfuckers went completely Hollywood, young Hollywood, let them be around all these rich kids and all that shit because that's what y'all wanted. Y'all didn't want them to be around people that look like them. You wanted them to be around the Kardashians, and Jaden was dating Kylie Jenner and shit like that. Like you wanted that as the dynamic of what your family looked like. More Hollywood than young black teenagers that got an opportunity like no other teenagers ever had to be that. So for me personally, I just didn't fuck with the Smith family from that moment on. I just didn't fuck with them. I thought them niggas was always weird. I never really fucked with them. And I feel like anybody that's defending Will, because of what the fuck he did, y'all wrong. Y'all are wrong. I get it. I understand it. That maybe, just maybe, he finally had his breaking point and got tired of people making jokes about him. Here's the problem with that. And his wife got tired of making jokes about their family dynamic. You know, him as a husband, her as his wife. They probably he got tired of it. It was done. Here's the problem. Chris Rock didn't get on that stage and say anything about your entanglement, y'all relationship, nothing. He actually gave y'all props. The first thing he gets on stage and says, he shouts out Penelope Cruz and Javier Bardem, and he like, both of y'all nominated for tonight's awards. I know Javier is hoping Will Smith take the award because if his wife lose and he win, he ain't gonna never live it down. So he's already with it. And then he goes to Will Smith and Jada like, "What's up, Will? What's up, Jada? I see y'all. Like, what's up?" And then he makes a comment about her hair, whatever, and like, "You gonna be in the next G.I. Jane? I can't wait. G.I. Jane too. I can't wait to see it." He's like, "Oh, that's a good joke. Like everybody's laughing. That's a good joke. Good." If you actually look at Will actually laughs immediately at that joke. He's laughing. He's like, "That shit was funny. That's actually funny. That was a really good joke." Jada got the most sour pouch face I've ever seen in my fucking life. Like, she like, this nigga with this joke shit again. like it's like the annoying motherfucker that you always have to be around. It's like, why you always gotta crack jokes, my nigga? Like, just shut up today. And he and that to me continues to show the dynamic of what the fuck this is. I've had numerous conversations with a bunch of people that say, I think Jada don't really run Will, but in that moment where Will and Jada's there, and Jada is supposed to be supporting Will, why would you let him get out of character like that? Even if you're unhappy, that's weird to me. Even if you're unhappy, why are you letting him get out of character for you? Now, if you got a problem with that, I would suggest you sit down with Chris Rock at an after party after he had said all that shit, gave out his award that he was supposed to be presenting, and moved on to the next thing. The problem with that is you're unhappy. Now I don't know if you was just unhappy with that joke or you just unhappy to be there, but either way it went, you are unhappy. Or maybe you're just unhappy with your situation in life. I don't fucking know. I can't do that. But for me, for Will Smith to jump out of character and do what he did is fucked up. Cause you fucked up your moment, bro. At the end of the day, you fucked up your moment. And it's never going to be replaced. Just like 2 years ago when y'all sat down and did that red table talk shit, I always felt, Will, you should have never been there. That was not your problem. That was hers. She should have had a mom there. Y'all could have talked it out. Why am I like this? Why this shit didn't work? Maybe her mom and you should have been there, but it should have been a buffer. It should have been somebody there that kind of control that state. Because you did look like you were just depressed as fuck. like like why am I here? Why you gotta tell me this shit? I already been through this motherfucking moments with you. I know already. You open yourselves up to this to the conversation. Y'all open yourselves up to this dynamic of having people in your lives. Y'all did this. Well, she did this. She started the red table talk. Nobody told her dumb ass to go do that shit. She did that shit. And for you, for 2 years, you've had to try to like re rediscuss, reevaluate, talk about it differently. And it's like, bruh, we just say y'all in an open marriage. It makes more sense. It makes more sense. Like, just say it. I've heard people say Will Smith, and Will Smith has also got his in. Maybe at the beginning of his career, hell yeah, Will Smith probably got at the beginning of a marriage, hell yeah, Will Smith probably was going through something, getting girls, hell yeah. But after a while, it's like y'all built this dynamic, and I never believed in Will and Jada as black love. I never believed in that shit. Even when J. Cole said that shit, I cringed. Like, ew, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, bro. But okay, if you want to say it, you're my favorite rapper. All right, cool, whatever. But I never believed it. And then for you to go out of your character, go out of your way to protect. I can't even say you was protecting her honor or defend. I can't even say you were defending her. I think you were just so fucking fed up She got mad, and you try to, I guess, make her happy by slapping Chris Rock, and that shit just made it look so stupid. Shout out to Jim Carrey because I just saw the clip Jim Carrey just did. I think with Gayle King, and Jim Carrey was on there, and Jim Carrey is like Jim Carrey has been one of the most honest fucking people. Go listen to Jim Carrey talk, man. It's a post that he always it's always something that comes on my timeline, outside of my timeline, and I always see it. When I'm on, like, I think the search page, the explore page of Instagram, Jim Carrey's on there, and he's just talking about Hollywood and talk about how, I think he was like sitting down with Jimmy Kimmel, and Jim Carrey's like, "You only laughing right now because you're paid to laugh. Like, you don't think this shit is funny." And like, and like it was Jim. I've never seen Jimmy Kimmel squirm in an interview like that. Like, Jim Carrey's on his ass. He was like, "Dude, this fake shit that you're doing right now, you can stop it. I'm not one of these fake ass celebrities that come on your show and try to, like, get you to laugh and we have some dialogue. Like, bro, it's okay to be just normal. Do that with me right now." And I loved it, and I thought it was amazing. Of course, Jim Carrey has so many different, you know, attributes when he comes and does interviews because it's so true. I respect Jim Carrey so much because he did this interview, and a clip came out today of him and Gayle King. I think he's doing Sonic the Hedgehog 2 promo. He said everybody that gave Will Smith a standing ovation after winning that Oscar was spineless for celebrating Will Smith after that moment. And I agree, not fully though. The reason why they really celebrated Will Smith, it wasn't because he won that Oscar. Yeah, it was a massive thing that he did, but it's more so off of his career. Like, he's been in acting for them to like 20 fucking years, 25 something years since the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Because I can't remember when Will Smith was a rapper. I can't even tell y'all what Will Smith was as a rapper because I wasn't alive to really understand Will Smith as a rapper. So he's been an actor my entire life. I've never really known Will Smith as a rapper, and so, and he's had some songs here and there, but it just never was like a massive Will Smith song that I'm like, yeah, that shit. Like, he never full time was like a rapper. He was always an actor. So, excuse me. So for me to have Will Smith, right, do all that shit to me, for him to do that shit Sunday, and I'll go back to Jim Carrey first before I do all that. So Jim Carrey says to us, everybody that gave Will Smith a standing ovation was spineless. The reason why they gave him a standing ovation wasn't because of the moment that just happened. It was because of all of the moments that led up to that night for him. And I respect that part, but I totally agree with, y'all should have never gave him that crazy ass ovation because at the same time, this man just put a whole entire spin on what the Oscars was that night. He fucked up the entire night for a lot of y'all. After that situation, everybody trying to talk afterwards didn't matter because Twitter was already off the Oscars mindset wise. It was like, yeah, you won, cool, you won, okay, cool, Will won, all right. Best picture, who the fuck cares? Nobody cared, and that was the biggest fucking problem. You dimmed your own light on your own moment, and that, for a situation that nobody still believes in. Y'all want to say he did it for his wife to protect his wife's honor and all that shit. He did it because he couldn't do it 2 years ago. I was the first person I was like one of the first couple people to get the joke off, like, yo, Will Smith really smacked the shit out of Chris Rock on TV. What the fuck was all that for August Alsina? I'm just saying. We all said that shit. I made some good jokes Sunday. I was like, I can't, and this how fucking funny this shit is, right? So after all that shit, guess what's on TV? Pootie Tang. Chris Rock created Pootie Tang. I'm watching this shit, and I'm like, I can't even fucking fully watch this shit right now. Cause I can't believe this nigga. Yo, Pootie Tang would have put the belt on Will ass. Like, you ain't gonna just slap me and think that shit is cool. Like, another thing I wanted to say about that. But Jim Carrey saying that, man, I respect it because Jim Carrey was like, and Gayle King was like, yeah, I hate the fact that it escalated that much. Jim Carrey's like, yo, it didn't escalate. Will Smith did that shit out of malice. He did that shit because he felt some type of way. And whatever's going on in Will's life, that's why he did it. He didn't do it He could have just said because his wife fucked another nigga. Like, if he would have said that, I would have been like, I'm gonna let that nigga slide because he's telling the truth. Like I would have been like, I'm gonna let that nigga slide because he's telling the truth. Like because it's just like that's what it is. Like you couldn't protect what happened 2 years ago, so you're bringing the energy of 2 years ago into what happens now, bruh. You can't rehash history. History is done. You should have had that energy for everybody on social media 2 fucking years ago. Whenever the fuck y'all sat down and did that dumbass show, you should have known right then and there. Your ass is about to be a meme. Your ass is about to get a lot of motherfuckers about to get them jokes off and all that shit. The next thing I want to say is this: when Will Smith sits back down and he's screaming at Will Smith, "Keep my wife name out your fucking mouth." He's not telling that shit to Chris Rock. He's telling that to all of us. He's saying that shit to us that got them memes, that got them jokes off, that said that shit. And I think that that's another reason why I can't not support that shit. Because, bruh, you bringing that energy that you should have had 2 years ago until right now. And reality is, I still don't respect you for it. I don't give a fuck. I don't care, bro. Like you didn't win brownie points with me because you now want to be big and bold. You did that shit on somebody that you actually knew. And that's another thing I want to say. Will Smith did that shit on Chris Rock. He did that shit on Chris Rock. Chris Rock and Will Smith been friends for like damn near 30 years. Like you go literally watch Fresh Prince of Bel Air, like the original Fresh Prince of Bel Air, the last season of Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Who's on that last season? Chris Rock. Chris Rock and Jada Pinkett Smith. They've done a whole fucking movie franchise together. Madagascar. They fucking vacationed together with their families. You did that shit on somebody that you physically knew that probably wouldn't retaliate. Now, I'm not here to say if the slap was fake or real. I could care less. The fact that you got up and thought that that shit was cool, for me personally, is already fucked up. Because at the end of the day, if that was anybody else, they would have got their ass laid the fuck out. Period. I don't give a fuck how you want to slice and dice. There's a lot of motherfuckers that keep their cool. We need to give Chris Rock his fucking flowers, bro. Because that motherfucker, man, the restraint his ass showed for that moment, bro, you saw him like clench his foot, like motherfucker, goddamn. Like he had to catch himself. Like he was like, "Yo, I'm about to fucking tag this dude, dog." Like you don't know what the fuck. You should have never did that. She got overly emotional, so you had to defend that shit. Why, bruh? And again, Will Smith, you said a lot of shit in the last couple of years. One thing you said that y'all happiness is individual. She needs to find out what her happiness is. She needs to go figure out how to get herself happy. I need to figure out how I'm going to be happy. And when we get together, if we're both happy, then that works. But if not, her happiness is on her time. My happiness is on my time. So if you're there and you're in a moment and you're happy, but she's not, I'm gonna just tell her to the side, be like, "Look here, bitch. This ain't for you. Shut up. This ain't your night. This has nothing to do with you. This has nothing to do with you because your happiness is individual. My happiness is in this moment. You want to feel some type of way? Feel your type of way. But I love how people are trying to like defend Will Smith and shit. It escalated. Like Gayle King said to Jim Carrey. It escalated. Jim Carrey's like, it didn't fucking escalate. Like Will Smith got up and slapped this man for no fucking reason. He was like, if you don't like the fact the man was talking about the situations that you don't like the fact that the man was talking about your wife, say what you said, but from your seat. Don't wait till you hit the man, come back down and sit down and say what you said. If you felt some type of way, say it right then and there. The fact that you got physical with that man, and how many of us grew up with a mom that said, keep your fucking hands to yourself. Sunday night was a prime example of that. Because if Chris Rock would have went back and punched the shit out of him, which he should have, I don't want to hear people on Twitter saying, man, Chris Rock was wrong for that shit. He was going to be wrong regardless, in y'all eyes, regardless. I think he was just going to be wrong. The joke wasn't that bad. It wasn't like a bad joke. And by the way, the man didn't even know that Jada has this condition or illness because the reps came out and said, we didn't even know she's been going through this. So y'all could kill that narrative too. And Will Smith even put that in that bullshit ass apology yesterday that um that you know, when he said that about my wife's condition, my wife's illness, I had no alternative but to do what I needed to do. It's like, no, you did. You laughed immediately at the fucking joke. You had a smile on your face. We can literally see it. You were laughing. She did not. Now, I don't know if she gave you the sign, like, go slap that nigga. I don't know what the sign was, but whatever in that moment made you feel like you had to react like that, I really would want Chris Rock to punch the shit out of you in that moment. Because I really wanted to see what Twitter would have said. Because I feel like if Chris Rock was going to be wrong for selling a joke, I might as well go all the fucking way and knock your fucking lights out, my guy. Like, fuck it. I'm gonna take the charge regardless. I'm gonna beat the fuck out you before we leave. And every time I see you, nigga, it's on sight because that's the most disrespectful shit a man can do to another man is to walk up to you and slap you in the face. You don't believe me? Go watch all Western movies. Let that shit slide in an old Western movie. You slapped them in the face, nigga, y'all had a duel. Y'all killed each other. One of y'all niggas had to go. You ain't nah. That's a challenge. That's a challenge of my manhood, bro. Like you gotta go. Fuck that. We gotta fight. Somebody gotta go. Somebody gotta go. You're not gonna slap me on national TV and think this shit is cool. Will Smith apologized to Chris Rock last night. He could have kept that shit. You didn't apologize because you got overly emotional or anything like that. You apologize because you don't want to get banned from the Oscars, which should be in consideration. And he should get banned. I don't think his ass should ever go to the Oscars again. It's not because the slap was so indefensible. It's because if you practice safety at an award show, if you practice no violence at an award show, if you do all these things and you just let this man walk up there and slap the shit out of a presenter because he said something in that moment out of context or whatever the fucking case may be, because he's a fucking comedian, because of that reason, he should be banned for life. And by the way, nigga, you got your Oscar. Why the fuck are you going to try to? Why are you going back to the Oscars? You never gonna probably get another one. You good. You got your one. Go sit your ass down. You're done. You ain't catching Denzel in the Oscar race. That's done. Go ahead and put your Oscar on your mantle. Shut the fuck up. I think this is why I feel like at the end of the day, Hollywood is on some bitch shit. Cause anybody that's defending that man in Hollywood, I done seen Nicki Minaj, I done seen Offset, I done seen all y'all try to defend that man. There's nothing to defend. Wrong is fucking wrong. At the end of the day, wrong is fucking wrong. Y'all can continue to try to defend it, but you can't defend wrong. Cause I want to say this, cause if that was y'all on stage doing the presenting and somebody, cause you said some shit about somebody and they walked on stage just slapped the shit out you, what would you have said? What would you have done? Because that shit is the difference. Like, I'm getting tired of motherfuckers trying to defend shit that's undefendable. There's certain things in life you just can't defend. Keep your fucking hands to yourself. How many times people tell you that shit every time something pop off and a fight pops off or a domestic abuse case, something like that? Keep your fucking hands to yourself. That's a very simple thing, bro. Like, it's not that hard to keep your fucking hands to yourself. If you don't like what I'm saying to you, talk to me. Have a conversation. Are we not grown-ups? Will Smith's 50. Chris Rock is in his 50s. Y'all are past grown up. Y'all are past grown up. Like, you can't have a conversation. Jada's in her 50s, I think. You feel some type of way? You know Chris Rock. Go talk to the man backstage. Go talk to the man at the after party. Y'all could have had a conversation. And if you felt some type of way, and then Chris Rock would have had all his problems. Because then he would have said that. And then if he didn't know, oh man, I'm fucked up. I'm sorry. That was wrong for me to do that. And he would have had to issue an apology. But the fact that Will Smith took it to that extent because of her, you fucked up your moment for a situation nobody still believes in. And I'm seeing all these celebrities apologizing to Will Smith for going at him 2 years ago. I'm sorry, I didn't know that nigga do that. No, he did that shit because she told him to. I don't take back nothing I said about this nigga. Fuck Will Smith. He's a bitch to me. That shit was so fucking wrong. I really wish Chris Rock would have whooped well off and whooped his ass after he got his Oscar. Popped up on his ass at an after party and whooped his ass, wore his ass out. Because that's ridiculous, dog. That's wrong, bro. And you made it seem that, and again, on top of that, it's two black men, two incredible black men at their craft at a fucking Oscars, bro. Like, this shit is seen by this shit is seen by most white people. And for you to go up there and do that shit in that moment, bro, your emotions, I get it, could get the best of you. My emotions get the best of me. Everybody's emotions get the best of them on certain days. But you fucked up the moment for not just you, but everybody in that room. Because at the end of the day, that Oscars could have been seen as a really great Oscars if you watched it. And I feel like now everybody's talking about the Oscars, but nobody gives a fuck who won those awards. I don't even know who won Best Picture. I think Jessica Chastain won Best Actress. Will won Best Actor. Nobody gives a fuck that he won Best Actor. Everybody's talking about this moment. You isolated one moment from the biggest fucking moment of your life, and you fucking isolated it in just 5 fucking seconds when you clearly could have just set your ass there and told Jada, listen, we'll deal with that after the show. Kristen's got to go to an after party. We're going to deal with it then. But for you to go, I don't know what Jada looked like after the man got up and slapped shit out of him or whatever the case may be. But if Jada was like smiling after that shit, you're wrong. I don't call for anybody to break up or get divorced and shit like that. But you fucked up that man moment for all of eternity. That shit is gonna last forever. Like Jim Carrey said also. He's like, if I was Chris Rock, I wouldn't file charges. I'll sue the shit out of his ass. I'll sue his ass for $200 million because that shit's gonna live forever. You have disrespected me forever. And that shit it lives forever. And that is the problem. Nowadays in life, this shit lives forever. There is no escaping it. The problem with this shit is Will is not going to be seen in certain people's eyes. This shit is wrong. This is but y'all, everybody that I see trying to like defend this shit is like, Will got tired of y'all dissing him and talking about his family and all that shit. Here's the problem, bro. You don't want us to talk about your family. You don't want us to diss you. You don't want us to talk about your wife fucking another nigga. You don't like that shit? Guess what? Tell her ass shut the fuck up next time. Stop doing red table talks, and we wouldn't have to deal with this shit. Keep your fucking business inside your house and not on fucking social media and platforms. That's your fuck up. You fucked up. Not Chris Rock. Chris Rock didn't even make a joke about your relationship. That's how fucked up that is. For you to try to defend that shit and say, oh, well, he talked about my wife's condition, so I had to do something. No. No, you didn't. And if you did feel like you had to do something, you're not a man. You're not 50. You can't talk. You can't use your words. You go on stage for 10 minutes and cry like a little bitch after you won the award, but you can't use your words to tell this man sorry afterwards. You didn't even put that man in your apology to the Oscars when you won your award. We gotta stop moving the fucking goalposts when motherfuckers are wrong. They need to take accountability. So that's the fucking problem. Nobody wants to take accountability anymore when it comes to y'all favorites. Everybody I see is like even Kanye in a sense. Kanye is the same thing. Like y'all want to move the goalposts for this nigga. You can't move the goalposts. Wrong is fucking wrong. Period. There's no moving goalposts. Wrong is fucking wrong. Because if anybody would have walked up there and slapped Chris Rock, and vice versa, if anybody would have said that joke about Jada not having that reaction. She might have that reaction, but Will's not getting up and doing that. Or he might scream, "Hey, bro, just keep my wife's name out your mouth." Like, you're not getting up and doing anything. That's not your character. It's cool if that's been your character for 30 fucking years. But you have one moment of isolation where you jump out of character and it's on your night for a woman that probably barely gives a fuck about you like that anyway, in a sense. I said it a long time ago. I feel like they should have got divorced. It's ridiculous. It's fucking done, man. Like, you fucked up your own moment for somebody that generally probably just, she tolerates you. You shouldn't be tolerated in your life. She tolerates you. She's like, yeah. I've been with you for a long time. I might as well stay with your ass. But I'm gonna still do me. And I don't know the relationship dynamic or anything like that, but it seems like Will really does still love her, but she kind of like tolerates that nigga. Like, eh, I'm here because I just don't feel like going dealing with a new relationship. I go fuck anybody, but I just don't feel like dealing with another person and have to train their ass how to shut the fuck up and defend my honor when I tell his ass to and tell him to jump through the hoops when I tell him to jump through the hoops. Like, I don't feel like dealing with that. So I'm gonna just stay with your stupid ass because you the only one that would do it. I don't respect what Will did Sunday. Personally, y'all can defend it all y'all want, but I want to say this again, and I'm gonna iterate it until I die. If that was, would you be understanding if that wasn't Will Smith? No, you wouldn't. You'll be pissed off. You'll be like, how the fuck this person still got their award after slapping this man in his face? How dare this motherfuckers get this man his award? Because that's the thing. Because if this wasn't Will Smith, y'all look at it differently. Y'all will all say this shit is wrong. Because it's Will Smith, and he's been dragged through the mud for 2 years, and he's been going through this shit. You don't like what's going on in your situation, in your life? Change it. Change it. Period. That's it. You don't like what's going on in your life? Change it. That's your fuck up. You keep dealing with this shit. Nobody told your dumb ass to stay with this woman. You did it. Now deal with the consequences. I don't. Congratulations on the Oscar, Will. You deserve it. I haven't seen King Richard, but they say it's great. And now I probably would never see it because it's just like I would never support somebody like that. That's fucked up. I can't support you, bro. I never really supported Will anyway, like that. I think Will. If there are certain movies that I think Will was okay in, I'll watch him, like Ali, like the first Men in Black, Bad Boys, like shit like that, because I respect those movies. But like his new shit, I've never seen Bright. I never seen any of those other movies because I really just don't fuck with Will like that. I think dude is like I said, Fresh Prince of Bel Air, but that's been done. The new shit that he does, eh, he seems lame to me, bro. Like he's always been lame. He's always been like a fake lame ass nigga. But it's just now put to bed what that I've always thought of him. And like I said, that family is so fucking weird to me. I never really fuck with the Smiths. That whole family is weird. Like I don't like that family at all. I think that shit is weird as shit. And y'all keep trying to and people keep trying to make it like it seem like I cringed every time people was like Jada and Will Black Love. In what dynamic, nigga? Like that shit look like one's hostage, one's playing a hostage, and the other one is just there for protection. Like and I'm not even saying Will is the protection. I think Jada's the fucking protection, and Will's the hostage. Cause it's just like because bro, I'm not going through hell on earth to get your ass to trust me. I'm not going through hell on earth to get your loyalty. I'm not slapping a motherfucker just because you unhappy. I'm not doing all this shit because I still need to prove my love for you. That's ridiculous. Y'all been together for 20 some years, bro. If she don't love you like she used to, nigga, it's okay to leave the situation. It's okay. I get it. But my problem with this shit is very simple. Will should have kept his hands to his fucking self. And I don't like when motherfuckers want to move the goalposts for motherfuckers because you like them. Because you grew up on them and you admire them. No, wrong is fucking wrong. Keep it as that. Because next time, that shit is going differently. Next time that shit happen at an award show, you motherfucker walk up there and just slap the shit out of somebody. That shit turning into a way different award show. We're having a way different conversation about this shit. Way different. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like y'all want to promote this shit, y'all gotta stop that shit. Cause now when something like that happens, motherfucker, game on. Game on. Wrong is fucking wrong. Keep your fucking hands to yourself. And if you don't like what I'm saying, there's a way to talk to me. We are all adults. You can't talk to me like a normal human fucking a normal grown ass adult. We don't need to talk. If you unhappy about what I said, come and talk to me in the back. I got you. I understand. Sorry. I might even walk out there on stage. Hey, I said something earlier, got taken out of context. I'm sorry to the person I offended. My bad. I apologize. And Chris Rock probably would have did some shit like that. But the fact that they went extra with the shit, it just made it worse. So at the end of the day, man, Will, you're a bitch. Um, Jada, fuck you. Jaden, moonwalk your ass off a cliff. Willow, I don't know what the fuck you do, but do you? I think they got another son from his previous marriage. By the way, his first wife is bad than a bitch. I gotta just say that. Go Google Will Smith's first wife. She is still fine. That bitch. Sorry, but yeah. but but yeah. I personally, you can't defend what's undefendable. Because if anybody that would have walked up and slapped you in the face, you're fighting them on sight. The fact Chris Rock kept his fucking composure and didn't do shit and still getting told he was wrong for what the fuck he did and he should have got slapped in the face. Everybody that's saying that shit, y'all are wrong. And y'all need to get slapped in y'all fucking face. Because that shit that Will did, do that shit on somebody else, you're getting your ass whooped. Period. That shit is undefendable. You cannot defend that shit. I don't give a fuck if her her illness, if it was her illness, or you just plain old tired of getting disrespected. Okay, cool. Meet me in the back, nigga. If you want 5 minutes, give me a chance to whoop your ass. If you want 5 minutes, because you keep feeling like you getting disrespected. All right, nigga. Well, give me 5 minutes. Let's go. What's happening? Tell me you want five. All right, nigga. Let's go. What's happening? Don't jump out there and be big and bold and slap a man because you know he probably won't retaliate right then and there. Don't do that. You had enough leverage at that moment to do that. That's another thing. You had enough leverage at that moment to do that shit. Next time, that shit won't go over so smoothly. Will should get banned from the Oscars. He should be banned. It's over, like banned for life, because that shit is disrespectful. He should be banned from the fucking Oscars. I don't know if I don't know if they privately have had a conversation, but if they haven't, I hope he does actually physically call Chris Rock and they fucking have a conversation. I think I don't think Chris Rock needs to apologize for shit because he didn't know anything and you took it out of context and you ran with it. And for it, anybody defending that shit, you're wrong for defending it. Because if that was you getting slapped in your face, there's no consoling you. You're going to whoop their ass regardless. So I know that shit. Most of y'all would do that. Y'all will fight this motherfucker as soon as you see him. Everywhere you go, you're going to fight this person. And that's what it is, man. I feel like it's fucked up on all accounts. And at the end of the day, man, I wish cooler heads could prevail at that moment. But Will took it to another level that I don't think Chris Rock should ever accept his apology because it's just like, bro, you did the unspeakable, the unthinkable, bro. Like you tried me on national TV and I let you get away with it. That's the thing. Chris let Will get away with that. Will should get banned from the Oscars. You got your Oscar. Why the fuck do you want to go back? You're done. Let it be what it is. That shit is disrespectful as fuck. And Chris Rock is a fucking legend because at the end of the day, man, for you to show that much fucking restraint, bro, and keep the show fucking moving, you took that slap. It was like, nah, we gonna keep it moving. We gonna keep it moving. Nah, I ain't even gonna get into it. We gonna keep it moving. The fact that man kept that show moving, bro. After that, that man deserved all of the fucking flowers in the world for that shit. Cause that right there is the greatest show of restraint that I've ever seen in my life. I wasn't alive for Martin Luther King. I don't know. I saw Chris Rock do that shit, and I was like, and everybody that said it, that couldn't have been me. That couldn't have been me. Because I would have whooped off on Will Smith ass, and then they could be. I just seen Shannon Sharp said, nigga, I would have came about that suit. Shannon Sharp was like, I would have came about that suit. You gonna get that. You gonna get these hands, nigga. Fuck that. Fuck that shit, nigga. You want to smoke? I'm gonna give you the smoke. Fuck that. That shit was real. But it's true, man. Y'all stop moving the goalposts for people you like. You can respect these people and you can have a lot of respect and love for those people, but wrong is wrong and you can't defend it. And I can't understand why people are trying to defend Will Smith and think that shit was cool. Because I know if that was them getting slapped in the face, y'all will go the fuck off on that award show. And then Chris Rock has never once issued anything and said, yo, the Oscars should have had more security. I don't know if he has or hasn't. I've heard some people say he has, but I haven't heard it. Um, the Oscars should have had more security on prepared for that shit. They should have tossed Will Smith the fuck out of the Oscars. They would, if he was gonna win, they should have mailed his fucking award to him because that shit was wrong. And I haven't heard Chris Rock say it personally. I haven't heard Chris Rock publicly put that out there yet. But if he has, then you know. But at the end of the day, man, this shows you, like Jim Carrey said. Jim Carrey said this perfectly. He's like, this shows you why Hollywood is no longer the cool crowd because there's too many fucking people in this industry that think they're untouchable, and that's a fucking problem. But when you pull a curtain back and you put yourself out there, you got to realize what comes with that shit. Because a lot of people are now forgetting that that you made yourself accessible for everybody to hear and listen and talk. When you start putting your personal shit on Front Street, it's open to everybody. And yes, Chris Rock could have been, maybe Chris Rock did know or didn't know about her illness. I don't think it was really because of that. Excuse me. The energy that Will gave out after he slapped Chris Rock, keep my wife's name in your fucking mouth. That was for all of us that was talking shit about them for 2 years. That's what that was about. Because you not jumping up and saying that shit or doing that shit. There was a better way of you controlling your situations and everything. And like Jim Carrey said, something's going on in his life that he can't physically control. So what he did was lash out. And we continue to not see that was really what it was. It was a lashing out that he can't control what's going on in his personal life. So I'm gonna just take it out on somebody else. For that, you will always be fucking wrong for that shit. I don't give a fuck how y'all want to slice it or dice it. That was fucking wrong. Period, bro. First episode of the week, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Oh, tune in tonight, Instagram Live and YouTube on Jack's Wild Sports Show YouTube channel. Me and my brother Juan, we will be back tonight doing our mock draft, the NFL mock draft. Giants, you're on the clock. We will be talking about the Chicago Bears though tonight. So tune in, enjoy, and tomorrow and this is gonna come out midnight tonight. So the Giants on the clock tonight, and tomorrow when y'all finally hit this episode because I'm dropping at midnight. Um, Tune in for that show because that's when the Atlanta Falcons will be on the clock. So tune in for that too. Until then, see y'all. Peace. Enjoy the rest of y'all day, and see y'all soon. Peace.